For most of human history, we were very isolated and lonely. We lived in our own local communities because transportation wasn't very practical. We'd strap horses to carriages and row our own boats to get from one location to another. The invention of the steam engine changed all of that. Steamboat routes and railroads popped up, finally connecting us to one another. The designs improved far past steam engines. We have revolutionary designs, lightweight builds, and trains that are almost entirely recyclable. Stick around to the end of the list to see the fastest train in the world, which is also the world's first commercial train to actually levitate. THSR 700T. So you're trapped in Taiwan. For some reason, you need to get from Taipei to Kaohsiung, and you need to do it fast. Maybe it's a job interview you overslept for, or maybe a villain kidnapped your wife. The point is, we've all been there. In times like this, you'll be glad something like Taiwan High-Speed RAL 700T exists. The THSR is a super fast train with a top speed of 186 miles per hour and can reach that in just 15 minutes. The 220-mile-long journey between Taipei and Kaohsiung normally is a 4.5-hour-long affair if you were to drive. But with the THSR 700T, it's only 90 minutes. A normal train is either pushed or pulled by the main car to its final destination. However, for the THSR, 9 out of the 12 train cars actually provide power, giving the entire unit a massive 13,760 horsepower. Which makes sense considering the weight of the train clocks in at over 550 tons. That's as much weight as about 110 elephants. How it manages to get to such insane speeds is impressive to engineers all over the world. Despite the high speeds and weight, it's still considered very safe. The body of the train is designed with energy-absorbing zones to minimize impact in the event of a crash. There is also a built-in instability detection system. Connecting between 8 major cities in Taiwan, the 12 train cars can fit up to 300,000 passengers each day. ETR 500 Frecciarossa. If you know Italian, it shouldn't be much of a surprise that this is one fast train, since the word Frecciarossa literally means red arrow. This makes sense considering the train darts as fast as 186 miles per hour, which is roughly the speed of an arrow. This is the first Italian high-speed train. The ETR 500 certainly gets around. It offers 72 connections daily and runs every half hour at peak times. With 11 cars, this train offers 700 seats, meaning you'll have plenty of space to relax. You may want to splurge for the executive car, which offers reclining leather seats. The cars are soundproof also, so you can catch up on work or a good book easily. SNCF TGV Duplex. If you are a fan of eating cheese and wine under the Eiffel Tower, you're going to love our next train, the SNCF TGV Duplex. It's a double-decker French train with capabilities to travel up to 198 miles per hour. The upstairs cabins have surprisingly nice views, which allows you to enjoy the French landscapes. We talked about speed, but what we haven't really talked about is safety, which is important when you're going at such high speeds. The SNCF TGV Duplex is surprisingly safe with the ability to withstand a 550-ton force head-on, which just so happens to be the weight of the first train on our list, THSR 700T. The SNCF TGV Duplex is also eco-friendly, with 90% of it being made from recyclable materials. When this thing is decommissioned, don't expect much to be left in the junkyard. Alstom Euro Duplex. The Alstom Euro Duplex is, as I'm sure you've guessed from the name, another double-decker. Even though duplex trains are relatively rare, it actually makes a lot of sense to have an upper deck. Alstom's goal was to increase passenger capacity without making the train longer with extra cars. The upper floor allows 40% more passengers to ride while maintaining the same footprint. This is a great train for those with reduced mobility, as it has 50 specific areas for handicapped passengers or those with other mobility concerns. The Euro Duplex is operated by the French railway company SNCF and Moroccan railway company ONCF. It can reach speeds up to 199 miles per hour. Even though this is one of the fastest trains in the world, energy consumption is surprisingly low. The fuel efficiency is due to a simple and surprising change. The framework which carries the wheels is called bogies. A train this size might have 16 bogies. However, the Alstom Euroduplex only has 13. That single change decreases the overall mass and maintenance cost, leading to a train that requires less power to move the same distance. E5 Series Shinkansen Hayabusa. This Japanese high-speed bullet train operated by the East Japan Railway Company can ride at close to 200 miles per hour. Because it's an EMU, or electric multiple unit train, each electric carriage is self-propelled. This, combined with the 49-foot nose on the front, gives outstanding low energy consumption. The long nose prevents what is called tunnel boom, or loud noises caused by air pressure when entering a tunnel at such high speed. The ride's so smooth you can practically take a nap, which is due to two important safety features: the body tilting system and the full active suspension. Working together, they regulate tilt and lateral movement. This controls shaking at high speeds when coasting around curves and corners. This train, while designed to be fast, is also designed for the comfort of the passengers. With 3 classes to choose from, the most luxurious, Grand Class, has large, reclining leather seats, so you're really likely to fall asleep. Talgo 350. The country of Spain has 2 gigantic cities, Madrid and Barcelona. They're hundreds of miles apart, and it would take you over 6 hours to drive between the two. Luckily, the Talgo 350 solves the transportation issue and shaves about 3.5 hours off your travel time. Also called the AVE Class 102, this train has been nicknamed the Pato by locals. Pato means duck, but the nickname is well-deserved based on the shape of the nose, which looks strikingly similar to a duck beak. This is the first of the trains on the list to break 200 miles per hour, reaching up to as high as 217 miles per hour. The speed comes from the beak-like nose, low center of gravity, and 2 independently running bogies on either side. Also a fan of safety, the Talgo 350 also boasts anti-overturning technology and a natural tilting system for going around curved rails. Siemens Velaro EAVS 103. The Siemens Velaro EAVS 103 is a family of high-speed EMU trains that are unique in that they operate in a large number of countries. You'll find them in Germany, Belgium, France, China, Russia, Turkey, and more. At first glance, this doesn't seem special or unique until you factor in how different these countries are. Alongside each country comes a whole host of special design and engineering concerns. For instance, Mediterranean Turkey and subarctic Russia have different weather concerns. One sees sweltering hot summers, one sees snowy and frigid winters. These are no small obstacles for engineers. A single design that can operate in the heat and ice alike is something very special. Yet the Velaro is engineered for both and benchmarks impressive stats. Similarly to Talgo 350, this train runs the Barcelona to Madrid route in comparable times, taking just 2.5 hours. As a passenger, this is one of the best trains to ride, as it has a punctuality rate over 99%. You'll always get where you need to go using the Siemens Velaro. AGV Italo. Built by Alstom, this Italian EMU is the fastest train on the list so far. It's 15% lighter than comparable trains, which helps it attain a speed of 224 miles per hour. This train's operators don't only put emphasis on the speed, just as much emphasis is put on giving the passengers the best ride they can have, and the safest. In the unlikely event that you crash, you're going to be glad that the nose of the train is fitted with a kinetic energy absorption unit. Collision protection has to be a top factor in any train that goes this fast. You can enjoy some of the most stunning views of Italy thanks to the large windows. You'll also enjoy a very smooth ride as the engineers place the bogies between the cars, which also helps keep the ride quiet. This is also a train you'll love for its eco-consciousness. 90% of the parts can be recycled. Harmony CRH 380A. At a max speed of 236 miles per hour, the Chinese electric high-speed train has a unique look. You might notice that the front of the train looks a bit like a fish head. This was done on purpose, as the nose is able to reduce wind resistance by 6.1%. Harmony really wanted to build one of the fastest trains in the world, which is why they used a lightweight aluminum alloy body which weighs less than 17% of the entire vehicle. Even though the train is so fast, it's great at energy saving. When braking, the traction motor converts the energy into power, thus increasing the max power of the train by a huge 50%. While the Harmony CRH380A has super impressive stats, it's also a very nice ride and very smooth, as the train uses vibration-free bogies. There's a VIP sightseeing section which is great for any traveler. You don't even have to worry if it's a foggy, gross day outside. There's an electronic curtain which makes the water fog layer on the glass disappear all with the press of a button. So, when it's icky outside, this may be one of the best ways to sightsee. Shanghai Maglev. Now we get down to the one you've all been waiting for. The fastest train in the world, the Shanghai Maglev. It can reach a record-shattering 268 miles per hour. It also only takes 4 minutes to reach that speed. Impressed? You should be. It's fast. The Shanghai Maglev is the only commercially operated maglev in the world. With no wheels to slow it down, energy loss due to friction is barely a concern. Instead, it uses a set of magnets to push the train up and off the track, another set of magnets to move the train forward, making it a true levitating train that futurists once dreamed about. This train mainly runs between the Shanghai Pudong International Airport and Longyang Road Station, running every 15 to 20 minutes. It transports a massive amount of visitors, 574 at a time. Cheap tickets, only about $8 for one way, a floating train, and incredibly high speeds are a great way to impress visitors coming right off a plane. If you had a bumpy ride to Shanghai, you'll enjoy the nice, smooth ride that the magnets offer. We hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know which one of these trains you'd like to ride on. And if you liked the video, then make sure to click subscribe and the notification bell so you will be the first to know when a new video comes out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.